Hello and welcome to the 2024 Southland Conference Beach Volleyball Season Previews. And I'm joined right now by some very special guests from Nicholls, Head Coach Jonea Rima, Kennedi Steele, and McKay Wilson. Ladies, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. How are you all doing?
Yeah, we're doing great. Thank you for having us.
Well, we're very excited. The 2024 season is almost upon us. And coach, it's a long off season. It's a long off season to get to this point. Where's your excitement level at right now as you are just about set to get going here in 2024?
No, I think we're ready to start, and we need to play some different people than in practice and just kind of see where we're at. But exciting times. This is my first full season with the girls, and so we're looking for some great improvement and just some great volleyball being played.
Kennedi, what's preseason been like? As coach said, first full season with coach at the helm. How's the preseason been so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty tough. I mean, we've had a lot of conditioning challenges, a lot of 5:30 a.m. practices, but I think just all those tough things that we've been, accomplishing, like it's just going to prepare us for this season and our opener this weekend at McNeese. So, yeah, we're excited.
McKay, what's the vibe in the locker room like? Those 5:30 a.m. practices, I'm sure, are a challenge, but you must all be very ready to get going now.
Oh yeah, we believe it or not, we have a lot of fun together. Even the 5:30 a.m.s, we're all just ready to get started, and I think we're all just so excited that we make it through each practice together, and it's not something that you're kind of like, oh my gosh, here we go again. It's like, all right, let's get up. Can't wait to go see my people.
Coach, looking to the schedule that you've set up this season, obviously we just had it alluded to there, starting at McNeese this weekend and playing some tough competition throughout. What's been your message to the group as you try to add more wins to the record from last season?
Sure, I think that we're just trying to go day by day and just increase our volleyball IQ. I think the wins are going to come. It's just with the hard work and the kids buying into the culture and the process. We've just had a great preseason, so we're just looking to see that success kind of pan out.
And when you're adding new talent to the program, we know there's a cyclical nature in all college athletics, especially with the transfer portal now, people leaving, people arriving. What's been your ideal kind of player that you could find to add to this group as you're building this roster?
Sure, we're always talking about being really gritty and the grit and the grind. So looking at kids that are athletic, but kids that really mold into the culture. The girls can talk a little bit about the culture. We've had an amazing culture from day one getting here a year ago. And a lot of that is attributed just to the girls in general. So I think that you can preach a lot from the sidelines and as a coaching staff, but until the girls really take ownership of that and really want it, and they can talk a little bit more, but they've had an amazing culture on the beach side.
McKay, last year was your first with us here in the Southland and now going into your sophomore season. What did you learn the first time round that will help you here in 2024?
Just to really buy in with whatever coach says. Whatever she says goes. You just have to buy in and really just work well with your teammates and all just trust the process together.
And Kennedi, you were previously at Pepperdine a few years ago and now with Nicholls. What's that kind of difference been like for you in learning a new program and starting to build that culture there in Thibodaux?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big difference, like coming from California to, Louisiana, but I just think, we have such a family culture and actually we do have like literal family, like my sister's on the teams, like shout out Aspen. So, we really like have, a family culture, like we're one unit, we're all locked in together. And I think like that makes it, easy to buy into the process and just everything. Like we're all in it together. We're all on the same page. So. Yeah.
Riffing off that, McKay, welcoming new players into the roster and into the locker room is obviously a huge part of building a team. And you went through that firsthand last year as a first year, and now you're the one doing the welcoming in your sophomore season. So what's that process like for you down there in Thibodaux? What's the atmosphere in the locker room like in welcoming new players?
I think a big part of it, like we keep harping on, we're all buying in, locked in. I think a big part of it is just a lot of adversity that we have faced and a lot of things that we have gone through together as a team. And so when new girls come in, I mean, we're very straight up with them, what it's going to be like and how we're just going to have to grind a lot harder than a lot of other schools. And we're just I feel like we're just all very straight up girls, and we're like, we have this chemistry and you got to buy in with it if you want this to go the way you want it to go. And luckily we've had amazing people come in, even from the indoor and even the freshmen, and everybody just doesn't even bat an eye, and everybody just joins in.
Coach, you're one of the coaches in our league who does the double duty, right, of both indoor and beach, which can, I imagine, be a challenge to be able to keep both of those plates spinning at the same time. How do you go about making sure that you're able to prioritize each one at the right times?
It's a lot. I would like to say that I do a pretty good job, but I know that not everyone's going to be happy all the time. But I think the priority since we've been back from, Christmas break has really been beach. We were getting back on the court with indoor, but I think the beach has been really the priority of the shift. I think they had a great off season. We had many hours together in the off season, doubling up. But they were really good about doing extra practices on themselves as well. So shout out to Thibodeau Regional. We have a great facility. Kids can go over at any time. So that's been a plus for us as well. If we're on the road, the kids can always get some reps in.
As you look through this schedule, what do you think it's going to take for you to be successful? There's a lot of tough opposition. What's your message going to be like to your team going into each weekend in terms of how you're going to be best equipped to try and come out with some victories?
I think that we've talked a lot about just, don't sell yourself short. Like we worked a lot on just different shots and selections and working hard and, the grind, but give yourself some credit. I think that they've got a lot of tools in their tool belt that they can use. It's just really putting everything together at the right times.
Kennedi, you alluded to it earlier about having your sister on the team, and shout out Aspen, as you said. Let's just dive a little bit deeper into that. What's it like having that family connection within the locker room? That's got to be something that's really special to you.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just having her like with me on this journey has just been so great. And we're kind of in the same like major, so we have classes together, we live together. I mean, she's my best friend, she's my rock, and we both support each other. Like when one of us is having not so good of a day, like we just know how to pick each other up. So I'm just forever like grateful to have this experience with her. And not many people can say that they've played college sports with their siblings. So I just forever grateful for that.
And McKay, I guess from the outsider's perspective, what's it like for the rest of you having two of them on the team?
It gets a little scary sometimes because like there's no filter. That's they're sisters, so they gotta hash it out. They'll hash it out. We'll just kind of wait a little bit. All right, we're good. Let's go. We're like, all right.
Coach, as you build your roster and as you look to put your pairs together, is there a particular process that you go through in terms of determining who you think is best suited to playing with each other? And is that something that will remain set throughout the season, or is it a more fluid approach?
I think it's a more fluid approach. I think that we've done a lot. I mean, all preseason we played with pretty much everybody. So I think some of the girls are still wondering kind of who their lineup is going to be this weekend, which we've talked a lot about injuries and different things where we may have to shift stuff. And so we want everyone to be comfortable playing with each other. And I think they are. I don't think there's one kid that they just don't want to play with. So I think that that's good that they can kind of just pick up from where we're left practice to practice. So I could see it changing a little bit, but hopefully we get good weekend started and kind of see where we're at and we can shift when accordingly.
Kennedi, everyone's dreams is to win a conference championship and go on and play in the NCAA tournament. What do you think it'll take for your team to be able to compete and try and achieve that ultimate goal?
I think just keep focusing on the process, not comparing ourselves. When we get to tournaments and we play these top 20 teams, like it's really easy to just compare yourself to, these girls that are bigger, stronger. Like, I think that's good. Like we can learn from them, but at the same time, like, coming back every day and just only comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, just focusing on getting 1% better every day, trusting that process. And I think as long as we keep with that process, it'll take us places and, we'll find success this season. So.
Awesome. And lastly, for both of you, for Kennedi and McKay, we've been trying to have some fun and get to know a little bit of your teammates a little bit better. So if you had to put together a team to take on every other beach volleyball team in the Southland in kind of a cross-sport Olympic Games, there'd be the two of you and one other member of your roster. Who do you think would be the best athlete to go with you if you had to play every single sport that the Southland offers?
I would definitely say Aspen, hands down.
I'm going with my sister, Bethany.
And why is that?
Bethany can do whatever sport she wants to do. And I think if we were all three going like and compete, we're dominating football. We got basketball, pickleball. That's a new one. We're on it. On it.
Coach, you feel confident in their ability to bring home a championship in the cross sport Southland Olympics?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know that they would play too fair, so I think they would get it done.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Coach Kennedi, McKay. We really appreciate you. We'll wish you nothing but the best of luck for 2024, and we'll see you out there on the court very, very soon.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.